Title: The Phantom of Route 66, a true horror story. Welcome, brave listeners, to a tale that may change the way you think about those quiet, midnight drives through the American Southwest. Tonight, we're traveling down the iconic Route 66, once vibrant Main Street, now a lonely ribbon of asphalt through ghost towns, forgotten motels, and memories that refuse to fade. Our story follows Ethan Parker, a mechanic from St. Louis, whose solo road trip through the desert took a dark turn into the supernatural. This story, allegedly true and sent in by a viewer, takes us to the heart of Arizona, near the ruins of an old gas station, but not just any station, a place cursed by fire, blood, and the wandering soul of a drifter long dead. So dim your lights, grab your headphones, and keep your eyes on the road. This is the terrifying tale of the Phantom of Route 66. In the summer of 2020, 27-year-old Ethan Parker was finally chasing his dream. Years of working in his uncle's St. Louis auto shop had paid off. With every dollar saved and every carburetor fixed, he imagined himself out on the open road. And what better journey than Route 66, the legendary Mother Road? With his 1998 Ford pickup, loaded cooler full of sodas, old-school road atlas, and a playlist of Led Zeppelin and Elvis, Ethan began his cross-country pilgrimage. He passed the glowing diners of Illinois, the rusty motel signs of Oklahoma, and the dust-choked plains of Texas. Everywhere he looked, the ghosts of the 1950s seemed to dance just out of reach. Neon lights flickering to life in the rearview mirror, empty jukeboxes humming with forgotten songs. Ethan wasn't naive. He'd heard the stories: phantom hitchhikers, diners that appeared only at night, and ghost cars with no drivers. He'd even joked about it with his friends. But he was a mechanic, grounded in grease and tools. Ghosts, that was tourist bait. Until the fifth night, somewhere near the ghost town of Two Guns, Arizona. It was just past 1 a.m. The road was empty, bathed in silver moonlight. The desert stretched endlessly in every direction. That's when Ethan's truck hiccuped, then choked, then died. The dashboard flickered, and the old pickup rolled to a stop beside a decaying gas station. Its crooked sign read, "Last Stop." The station looked centuries old. Glassless windows, rusted pumps, a collapsed roof held together by termites and time. Ethan cursed, grabbed his flashlight, and popped the hood. He figured it was a fuel line, maybe a wire had shaken loose. But then came the cold. Not desert night chill. This was bone deep, graveyard cold, and then the figure. Across the road, beyond the station's pump island, stood someone, or something. Tall, dressed in a long, tattered coat, still as a gravestone. Its face was a blank canvas of shadow, not hidden, missing. Ethan called out, "You okay?" No answer, no movement. Then the radio, which had been off, hissed to life. A warped 1940s swing tune crackled from the speakers. Brass instruments underwater. Vocals like whispers behind a door. Ethan turned toward the truck and the figure began to move. Slow, deliberate, soundless. Panic took over. He slammed the hood, leaped into the cab, and twisted the key. The engine-dead seconds are gored to life. As he peeled away onto Route 66, he risked one glance in the mirror. Nothing. But the swing tune persisted. The lyrics, once muffled, began to whisper his name. Ethan, ... Ethan ... He reached Holbrook, Arizona by dawn, shaken and sleepless. At a 24-hour auto shop, an old mechanic named Hank gave the truck a full check. "Not a damn thing wrong," he said. "Engines clean. Electrical solid." At a nearby diner, Ethan recounted his night to a waitress. Her face went pale. "That's the last stop station," she whispered. "Burned down in '55. Drifter named Silas Reed was stabbed and left to die there. Locals say his shadow still walks Route 66. Looking for someone to take with him, Ethan laughed nervously. Ghost stories. Her eyes were grave. "Don't drive that stretch alone at night. He doesn't like company leaving." Back in St. Louis, Ethan tried to forget, but his radio would come alive late at night. Same song, same whispers, And outside his apartment windows sometimes, just sometimes, a tall figure stood in the shadows, watching, determined to make sense of it. Ethan reached out to Route 66 historian Dr. Clara Ensley. They met in St. Louis, over coffee. She arrived, with a box of faded photos and yellowed newspaper clippings. "Two Guns is cursed ground," she said. "That station was built on bones. Not just Silas others died there. Runaways, outlaws, people who just vanished." She showed Ethan a photo from 1954. Blurry, but in the crowd outside the station was a tall figure, tattered coat, no face. Ethan felt sick. Clara had documented other sightings, truckers, families, solo travelers, all near to Guns, all at night, all with the same radio static and swing music, and always the figure. 6 months later, Ethan returned to Arizona with a friend. Mia, a podcast journalist, wanted the story. They arrived near dusk. The ruins were quieter than a grave. Mia set up cameras. Ethan stayed close to the truck. Then the radio blared, same tune, and the figure appeared, taller, closer. Its coat didn't flap in wind. There was no wind. Mia froze. "Filming, it's moving," she whispered. Ethan screamed for her to run. The truck wouldn't start. The radio chanted, "Ethan, Mia, Ethan, Mia, The figure reached the window. Its face filled the glass. A void. A black, pulsing void. Then the engine roared. They escaped. Later, Mia's footage was corrupted. Except one frame, the figure staring directly at the camera. She quit the podcast, burned the tapes. Ethan's story spread. Route 66 forums lit up. Clara's blog gained thousands of followers. Other stories poured in. A biker saw the figure at a rest stop. A trucker picked up a silent hitchhiker who vanished mid-ride. Always the swing music. Always the static. Always the name. Clara discovered a Navajo elder living near to Guns. He said the land was cursed, a place where the veil between worlds was thin. Speaking to the figure gave it power. Acknowledging it ... marked you. Ethan's life unraveled. He left the shop, took a night watch job, routine controlled, but shadows still moved. Dreams were endless roads. The figure stood at every mile marker. Mia moved to Chicago. She sent one last message. "It's in the alley behind my building." Watching, they stopped speaking. In 2023, Clara invited Ethan to a Route 66 convention. There, he met others, waitresses, photographers, wanderers, all with the same story. Clara had found the original police report from 1955. Silas Reed's face erased, as if it had never existed. They returned to Two Guns, with cameras, sage, and the elder's blessing. Midnight, the desert was ice. The elder chanted, burning herbs, and the figure appeared. It watched, its face pulsed like a heartbeat. The elder shouted in Navajo, "Leave them." The figure flickered, vanished. Ethan hasn't heard the music since, but he avoids mirrors. Clara believes the phantom is tied to the road's decliner spirit, born from forgotten dreams and bloody asphalt. Ethan, he's not sure it's over. Narrator, low and slow. And that's the chilling tale of Ethan and the phantom of Route 66. Is it a restless spirit, a cursed echo of the past, or something even older, born from the forgotten miles of America's most haunted highway? We may never know. But if you're ever driving Route 66, and your radio plays a song that doesn't belong, don't listen. Don't speak, just drive. If this story sent shivers down your spine, hit that like button, subscribe for more terrifying tales, and share your own spooky encounters in the comments. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road and your radio turned off.